Nerdettes, nerds, and nerdlings of all ages, thank you for choosing to listen to our show. We know you have many options to listen to, and while you can still listen to the others, it means a lot that you would take some time to listen to us.
Join us every week for the latest set reviews, Commander tech, and news straight from Wizards of the Coast. And while you're at it, really help us if you would interact with the algorithm. Everything from likes, shares, to commenting in the videos, as well as subscribing if you think we've hit it well enough. All of this helps us build towards a better show. Thanks so much, guys.
Here at Planeswalker Radio, we love to turn cardboard sideways and sling spells. When we do so, we want to be in a professional, relaxing, and safe place. That's why we choose to buy our cards and play our Magic at First Player.
Their card-savvy staff are some of the best in the business with decades of experience between them. They're always looking to create a welcoming space for the community while helping them find the cards and products that they're looking for.
Don't live in Calgary, Alberta? Not a problem. They have an easy-to-use website that ships Canada-wide. Visit firstplayer.ca for all your Magic, Pokemon, and Lorcana needs. They also have a wide range of accessories to help protect whatever you play.
First Player, the heart of the gaming community in the heart of Calgary, Alberta. Don't go anywhere, guys. The show's about to begin.
What's up, Nerd Home? Welcome to another episode of Planeswalker Radio. Today, we're doing another episode in our color wheel.
Woo!
Woohoo!
That's right.
We've got our
I'm back,
resident
baby. I'm back.
our resident black expert, because guess what? We're talking about the color black today.
So black is known for sacrificing, killing, and bringing back stuff from the graveyard to get value from the things that they've already lost.
Yeah, absolutely. Black as an identity is very individualistic. Believing that the individual within their mantra would be able to attain unlimited power as long as they're kind of working towards it at any cost.
Individual power at any cost. Yeah. That's a great way to put it.
Yeah, absolutely. Ideas of community and strength in numbers is kind of a thing they don't care about.
Yeah, leave that to the green players, baby.
Yeah, leave it to the green players. Yeah, they're also believe that, weak stuff is going to suffer and strong stuff is going to
It's all
be
about
strong.
the individual.
Yeah.
Might equals right.
Yeah, absolutely. That's really what black is all about.
But it does come at some cost. There's a fair few weaknesses with black. It's a great complementary color. Great, depending on how you build your mono black deck, if you go that way, can be very strong, but it does suffer from a lot of very specific weaknesses.
Yeah. Exile being one of those.
Oh my goodness.
If you're exiling a black player's creatures or exiling their graveyard.
Oh, game over, baby.
Game over. Yeah. You can really ruin a black player's flow with just exiling things, which is where white kind of comes in and as a bit of a juxtaposition. That white is all about exiling things. So white is a really strong
black and white are very, very opposed ideals, and it's great that we've done white and now we're doing black. I think that's a great way to do it.
They also struggle with non-creature removal. They're great at killing anything. Like any creatures,
gone. Forget about it.
But as soon as you put out an enchantment or an artifact, they struggle with that.
There's very few specific enchantment or like artifact removal, unless it's your own, and then you have
absolutely.
Pretty easy.
And to be fair, black itself is also one of the major risk players. In terms of their own life total.
Oh, is it ever? Yeah.
Black has a lot of ways to use its own life to benefit itself at the end of the the day. Don't get me wrong.
My life is a checkbook.
It's a resource.
Sometimes those checks bounce.
Some strengths. We've already talked about this a little bit, but let's get into some specific cards here. Yeah.
Let's do it.
So we talked about creature removal and how if you put something on the board and there's a black player at the table, it's probably not staying there long. This first card really hits that money. So the first card that we're going to talk about is Deadly Rollick. It is a
Great
4 CMC, 3 generic, 1 black for an instant card, so cast at any time. If you control your commander, though, you don't have to pay the cost. And it says exile target creature. So this is just an instant removal.
Kind of starting with the left field because black doesn't do exiling.
Not too much. But this card specifically is incredible. just the fact that you can 0 mana exile something if you have your commander out. Obviously, there's conditions there, but you usually do when you're playing black.
Yeah, and a free exile spell, unlike white, where you pay 1 and then they get something.
Yeah,
it's just, it fits the theme. It's very, I get all the benefits.
Yeah. You get nothing, I get everything, and that everything is your creature gone. Yeah.
All right. Next up, Tragic Slip. One of the first cards I was ever introduced to in Magic.
Was it played against you?
100%. Yeah, I'll never forget. But yeah, Tragic Slip is 1 black for an instant. Target creature gets -1/-1 until the end of turn, and then it has Morbid. If a creature died this turn, instead, that creature gets -13/-13 until the end of turn.
Talk about instant removal. I mean, that's a 1 CMC, very similar to like what Reuben said with white, where you've got Path to Exile and Swords to Plowshares. The opposing player doesn't get anything, and if something's already died this turn, which again you're playing in black, something's died.
You know what? I'm gonna sacrifice one of my own tokens to Phyrexian Altar to get the 1 black, so that I can cast this for free.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pretty much. Like I'm cheating this out.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely.
So not only do I fulfill the requirement, I basically get to cast it.
I also really like this card because it gets around things like Indestructible
100%,
and other, this creature can't be destroyed. Well, it doesn't have any life total left. It doesn't have power, it doesn't have toughness left. It dies. So it gets around a lot of those sometimes tricky to overcome situations.
I think it's a bit of a sleeper card as well, because I don't see a lot of people playing this.
No, it is slightly uncommon to see played, but very important card in black.
Great.
So we've also got Graveyard Reanimation. We've talked about how black likes to kill its own creatures and then bring stuff back to play it again. Often for ETB effects. A lot of black cards have an ETB effect when they come onto the battlefield. Then you kill it, and then you bring it back onto the battlefield. Reanimate is kind of the poster child of bringing things
100%,
back.
100%.
So this is a 1 CMC, just a black, for a sorcery card that says put target creature from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. You lose life equal to its mana value. So
lots of interesting things
to
speak about on this card.
Yeah. First of all, it's a graveyard. Not yours.
Doesn't have to be yours.
Could be someone else's.
Yep.
Take that creature, put it on the battlefield. Also, you get into one of the weaknesses of black a little bit with this card because you're paying life for the mana total of that card as it comes in. So you're hurting yourself to potentially steal a really powerful creature from one of your opponents and put it on your battlefield.
Yeah. Play at your own risk. This is, this is something you don't really want to have at a low life total. But if you can grab something that makes it worth it, who knows?
Yeah, absolutely.
Could win you the game.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Next up, in a similar vein, we've got Animate Dead, another really prominent recursion piece in black.
Yeah.
Bear with me, there's a lot of text on this card. I apologize if I mess it up. So Animate Dead is 1 generic and 1 black for an enchantment aura. And the text reads, enchant creature card in a graveyard. When Animate Dead enters the battlefield, if it's on the battlefield, it loses enchant creature card in a graveyard and gains enchant creature put onto the battlefield with Animate Dead. Return enchanted creature card to the battlefield under your control and then attach Animate Dead to it. When Animate Dead leaves the battlefield, that creature's controller sacrifices it. Enchanted creature gets -1/-0. Holy crap. I'm surprised it's not a white card for the amount of text that's on there. I apologize if that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, basically in layman's terms, and just to try and simplify this card has been errated more than once, we're pretty sure. It's 100%. Very complicated.
Yeah.
To make it maybe slightly easier to understand, basically what happens is when you play this card, you pick a creature in your graveyard, it comes back to life with this enchantment on it, and a -1/-0, and then if the enchantment dies or gets removed, then that creature goes back to the graveyard. Next up, another thing that black does infinitely better than pretty much any other color
Yeah.
identity, and that's tutors. So putting it plainly, they just have the best tutors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And more than anybody else, I think.
More than anybody else, different varieties, different costs, different speeds. You've got instant and sorcery speed tutors, creature tutors, to hand tutors, top of the deck tutors. It's all in black.
Yeah.
That's where they all are. If you're looking for a tutor, you're probably playing a black deck, just so you know.
Again, feeding into the theme of I'm superior.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I will go and find whatever the hell I want.
But not only that, looking for that one creature that is really going to make or break your game.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. So starting off, we'll start with Demonic Tutor. This is a little bit more of a less expensive. It's still expensive, don't get me wrong, but a little bit less expensive because it's a sorcery speed tutor. So it can only be played on your turn, meaning you can't tap your mana before your turn and then have that mana available to cast whatever you go get. That being said, it is still only 2 CMC, 1 generic and 1 black, and it says, search your library for a card, put that card into your hand, then shuffle. That's it.
That's it.
Easy peasy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Super simple, effective.
Does the job.
All round useful.
Yeah, does the job.
Next up, similar thing again, Vampiric Tutor. Vampiric Tutor says, search your library for a card and then shuffle. Put that card on top of your library. You lose 2 life.
Yeah. So, I mean, cheaper, mana-wise.
Yeah.
Yep.
At the cost of 2 life, you bet I'm going to go and find a card.
Absolutely. Instant speed. So this is a card that you would play on your opponent's turn to make sure that you top deck what you need.
Love having this in my opening hand.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm playing black, if I get Vampiric Tutor in my opening hand, I'm like, it's going to be a good game.
That's when Reuben keeps a 1 land hand.
Yeah.
And then he has to use that
I'm like,
Vamp Tutor to go and find a land.
Dude, I have done that on so many occasions. I'm like, you know, my hand's great. I only have 1 land or I only have something else. I'm going to play a swamp. I'm going to go and Vampiric Tutor. And then I'm going to go and find something that allows me to draw more cards.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. At
Cool.
the cost of my own life.
Yeah. All right. Moving on into some of the archetypes that black can really take advantage of. Yeah. So we've already talked about these at a kind of like a surface level. But getting right into it, Reanimators is one of the major parts of the black color identity.
As mono black does this incredibly well. Golgari does this really well.
Yeah. Golgari specifically always comes to mind. I always think of like a Marin or a Shieldred. Other cards with other color identities that add, extra colors in. But focusing on just the black today, there's a lot of capability here. Yeah. The first card we'll talk about, which is kind of the poster child, if you will, of reanimation in a
poster
mono black.
Child. It's poster horror, honestly. Is she a horror? She's a praetor.
She's a praetor.
My
so
apologies.
it's not quite horror, but
Yeah.
it's still pretty terrifying. We've got Shieldred the Whispering One. So Shieldred the Whispering One, 7 CMC, 5 generic, and 2 black for a legendary praetor creature. 6/6 for power toughness, so just strong.
Yeah.
I'm never against paying 7 mana for a 6/6, especially when it has the following text. So first of all, Swamp Walk. Creature can't be blocked if your opponent has a swamp. There are lots of ways to make it so your opponents have swamps.
many.
But regardless, a lot of people play black, so that's just a really nice piece to have in there as just a cherry on top, if you will.
Great complementary color.
Yeah, absolutely. At the beginning of your upkeep, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. So just on upkeep, you bring something back.
Just on your upkeep.
At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, that player sacrifices a creature. So your upkeep, you're bringing things back. Their upkeep, they're losing things.
Every turn.
Every single turn.
Yeah.
Now, if you're talking about mono black recursion and you don't have one of these in the deck or as your commander in most situations, you're doing it wrong.
Well, this is one of the most effective, consistent reanimation pieces in your deck. It also keeps the board suppressed from anybody else. Again, hurting everybody else and benefiting you immensely.
Yeah,
Such
absolutely.
a great card.
Yeah.
It is brutal to play against.
Yeah, it's absolutely hated off the board 9 times out of 10, so just be prepared for that if you're planning on building it as a commander.
But then you just use the reanimate or animate dead and bring it back.
Yeah, absolutely. And
As you should.
it just goes round and round in circles. Yeah.
Next up, Aristocrat. So Aristocrat is anything that sort of you benefit from sacrificing creatures or your creatures dying. You know, great examples that we're going to show: Zulaport Cutthroat. Whenever a creature you control dies, you gain 1 life. Each opponent loses 1 life. Stuff like that, where it is, you just constantly get benefits from things dying, interaction happening on the battlefield, and you gain some type of resource within the game, whether that's card draw, treasure tokens, life gain, whatever it is. Yeah, that's Aristocrat.
And this is where Black really excels because, like we've talked about already, reanimation is a part of Black's subtype. So realistically, if you are having things die, you don't care because they're probably coming back in one form or
and
another.
Again, you include reanimation style cards in there. Just bring it back, and you get it's a real snowball effect of accruing value throughout the game.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's get into some really solid Aristocrat cards.
Yeah.
Starting with Grave Pact, which is a 4 CMC, 1 generic, 3 black for an enchantment that says, whenever a creature you control dies, each other player sacrifices a creature. Plain and simple, easy peasy. You put this in any deck where you're sacrificing your creatures, you're gonna keep the board clear.
It's also, even if you don't focus on sacrificing creatures too much, it's a huge deterrent against players that, Voltron players, where they mainly just have their commander out, you know.
Throw a 1/1 creature in front of a Voltron commander and they have to sacrifice it because they kill your 1/1 creature. That feels bad.
It feels incredibly bad. It's a huge political piece. I can't count the amount of games that we've had where this has happened.
Yeah, absolutely.
Excuse me. Next up, Blood Artist. Another simple but elegant card in black.
Love Blood Artist.
2 CMC, 1 generic, 1 black. Creature vampire. For a 0/1, whenever this or another creature dies, target player loses 1 life and you gain 1 life.
Yeah.
So you got to remember that it is target in there, because I always forget about this.
No?
Yeah. It kind of sneaks under the radar because I just assume I have a lot of cards that deal the damage to everybody.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because I'm nice like that.
You are. He shares the love. He's a true black player.
Yeah.
I mean, it lacks attack power.
Yeah.
But it does not lack damage potential.
I'm also not sad if I need to throw this in front of something.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're still dealing a damage when it dies.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah,
and it's going to come back.
Yeah. Next up, we've already talked about this a little bit, but Zulaport Cutthroat. It's a 2 CMC, 1 generic, 1 black for a 1/1 human rogue ally. Whenever Zulaport Cutthroat or another creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Very similar to Blood Artist.
Very similar. For the same price. Yeah.
Yeah. Same CMC.
Same CMC. Yeah.
Just slightly different.
Yeah. So on Blood Artist, you're kind of cast in a wider net. So whenever any creature dies, you target, deal 1 damage. But whenever you on Zulaport Cutthroat, whenever one of your creatures dies, it does it to everybody. So you kind of give and take a little bit on the benefits there. Very similar card, though.
Yeah, very similar.
Yeah.
Next up,
Warren Soul Trader, baby. I haven't had the pleasure of playing with this yet.
I have. It's great.
Can't believe it. I've been out-blacked.
He has. It's happened.
All right. Warren Soul Trader, 3 cost CMC, 2 generic, 1 black for a zombie goblin wizard. It is a 3/3, pay 1 life, sacrifice another creature, create a treasure token.
Yeah. So any deck where you're sacrificing creatures, you use this as a sack outlet. Yes, it costs you life, but it also, when you use it as a sack outlet, you get mana. And laugh in black when you say it costs life. playing a mono black deck, you probably have other stuff on the table that benefits from things being sacrificed.
100%.
I.e. a
you just set
Zulaport
that up.
Cutthroat or a Blood Artist. So not only are you getting treasure, you're now pinging damage against your enemies and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
There's card draw mechanics. There's a bunch of different stuff that you can do with sacrificing a creature. This gives you an outlet that gives you an additional benefit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, pair this with Zulaport Cutthroat.
Yeah.
Pay 1 life, sacrifice a creature. When another creature dies, you gain 1 life, and you can just loop that.
Yeah.
Because it's, you're basically net 0.
Yeah. You can do that until you run out of creatures to sacrifice.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
One of the other weaknesses that Black has
running out of creatures
is
to
being
sacrifice.
a bit too enthusiastic. Oh, I can sacrifice my creatures. I'm swinging a 30-30 at you. Oh
no!
okay.
I have no blockers. I sacrificed them all.
I have so many cards though.
Yeah.
A key piece of Black gameplay is to have a sacrifice outlet on the board. So it's nice. It's nice to have that.
There are other archetypes within Black, of course, but a lot of them are more geared towards Black being the support color within a deck. There's high X cost plays that you can make with Black, but typically you want to pair that with something that ramps a little bit better, like a red or a green. There's, discard archetypes. There's mill archetypes that you can work into Black very easily.
Yeah.
But again, for just a straight mono Black, you're primarily looking aristocrat style or reanimator style, or a mix of both. Some common win cons that you can get with Black, and these are game-ending, game-changing, if not ending, cards. Starting with Bolas's Citadel. Starting really strong. So Bolas's Citadel is probably the greatest Black artifact ever made.
Less so recently because we've got a couple of really good Black artifacts with the Soulstone, Darkness Crystal. Stuff like that.
There's been a few really good Black artifacts, but this is kind of where it all started. So Bolas's Citadel is 6 CMC, 3 generic, and 3 Black pips for a legendary artifact. It says you may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may play the top card of your library. If you cast a spell this way, pay life equal to its CMC cost rather than pay its mana cost. Now, it does also have a tap ability. Its tap ability says sacrifice 10 non-land permanents. Each opponent loses 10 life. That's where the win con piece really comes into play. If you're having the table slowly whittled down, and then all of a sudden you drop a Bolas's Citadel and immediately tap it to make everyone lose 10 life.
You do a big combo with a Zulaport Cutthroat out and a Blood Artist, maybe, whittle everybody down to like 6-8 health, something, and then at that point it's over. You're like, this is the big finisher. I'm not going to need these permanents after I win, so see you later.
Absolutely. And note that it does say permanent. It does not say creature.
It's not.
So you can sacrifice treasures, you can sacrifice other artifacts, you can sacrifice enchantments. Anything on your board that stays there can be used to fuel this.
I like to accrue blood tokens throughout the game. Just because I don't.
Wow,
they're
really
a
useless token.
They're not kind of useless, but you have stuff. You have other artifacts that allow you to make blood tokens throughout the game in Black. I just like to make a little college fund, if you will, on the side, a little nest egg for myself.
Feed the Citadel with some blood tokens.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yep.
Next up, we have Exsanguinate. Probably one of the most well-known cards in Black.
Everybody knows this card.
Yeah. As soon as somebody's like, okay, I go to my second main phase, I'm tapping 13. And
you know what's coming.
Everybody's like, here it comes,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so we have Exsanguinate. It is an X cost card, and it is 2 Black pips as well. For a sorcery, each opponent loses X life, and you gain life equal to life lost this way.
Yeah.
Super simple.
Super Black. Hey, you lose life, I gain life because you lost life. It's vampiric. It's what Black is all about.
Each opponent as well.
Yeah.
And it's the total amount of life that has been lost between all opponents.
Yeah, so even if you got 3 opponents still and you tap it for 10, you're gaining 30 life and everyone else is losing 10. So
also pairs extremely well with the next card that we have.
Yeah, so the next 2 cards actually, because this is a combo, this is the...
More well-known than Exsanguinate.
Yeah,
These are the cards in black.
Absolutely. Yeah. There is not a better known infinite combo, I think, in the game.
Probably in the game.
Yeah, so this is the Sanguine Bond and Exquisite
Get
Blood.
nods from the director over there.
There we go,
did a
nods.
good job.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
This is the Sanguine Bond and Exquisite Blood combination. So this is an infinite life loss, life gain situation. I'll read both cards, and then we can kind of go over how it works. So Sanguine Bond is 5 CMC. It is 3 generic and 2 black pips for an enchantment that says whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. Exquisite Blood is also 5 CMC. This one is 4 generic and 1 black for an enchantment that says whenever an opponent loses life, you gain that much life. If it's not obvious to you already, you lose a life, you gain a life, they lose a life, you gain a life, back and forth until everybody's dead. Yeah.
Most importantly, though, you need a way to activate this.
Yeah, and that's where something like an Exsanguinate comes into play.
Yeah. Almost everything that we've talked about on the list so far can be used to activate this.
Absolutely.
It's hard not to activate this.
Yeah.
You know?
I've accidentally activated this twice. And that's because not only is this one of the best known combos, I think there's about 10 cards that you can sub out for this combo in different ways that will do the exact same thing. And yeah, it's just
great. Well, we come to one of my favorite cards.
And my least favorite cards.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a meme within the Magic community, especially between black players. This is Gary, Grey Merchant of Asphodel.
His name is Gary. It's not text on the card, but his name is Gary.
Yeah,
this is a fact.
Sorry, this is Grey Merchant of Asphodel. Grey Merchant of Asphodel is a 5 CMC, 3 generic, 2 black zombie creature. It is a 2/4, and it says when Gary. I can't stop calling him Gary.
Gary.
I just love him so much.
From henceforth, he shall be bequeathed Gary. Go ahead and just say Gary.
Yeah, great. When Grey Merchant of Asphodel enters the battlefield, each opponent loses X life, where X is your devotion to black. You gain life equal to life lost.
Yeah, so devotion to black, for those of you who don't know, that's how many black pips specifically you have out on the table. So as an example, if we just use gray, then it's 2 black pips. That's your devotion to black.
Yeah, so everybody will lose. If you have 3 other players in the pod, everybody will lose 2 and you will gain 6.
Yeah. Now, if you had something like a Bolas' Citadel out, where you now have 3 black pips from that and 2 from Gary, then that's 5. And it goes up continuously. So this benefits you having black permanents on the board, and then you put it in a Reanimator deck.
Yeah. The amount of times that John has just found a way to get Gary out,
like 5
times in a single turn, it's just diabolical. I love it.
It's ferocious. Yeah, I mean that's some major win cons out of the black, specifically
probably the most
black.
well known. Yeah, but there's plenty more. These are just the ones that are most.
Yeah, there's a lot out there. If you want to get into the black side of Magic, then
come to the dark side.
Come to the dark side. Reuben will greet you with a warm hug and a knife in your back. And then
I was just about to say the exact same thing. I'm so glad that you think of me like that.
Moving on to some of the more notable cards in black. Now, these aren't necessarily going to win you a game, but they're incredibly helpful. And that's starting with Imp's Mischief. Now, we don't see this played a ton.
Possibly my most favorite card in Magic.
Yeah, that's honestly fair. So
it's cheap. I think it's about $3 Canadian.
Is it actually?
Minute. Yeah,
I'm gonna go buy one.
It's extremely hard to find though.
That's the problem. Yeah. Okay, so Imp's Mischief is a 2 CMC, 1 generic, 1 black for an instant card that says change the target of target spell with a single target. You lose life equal to that spell's mana value. So you're hurting yourself, so you're targeting, let's say, a lightning bolt or even something we've talked about already, a tragic slip. and you're redirecting that spell to wherever you want. So if it targets one of your creatures, you say, no.
Yeah.
This other creature.
This is such a useful card. The amount of times I have poached something from another player where I'm like, I need you to read me the card. I need to know the wording on this card because I need to know if it says target and if it's a single target. I have poached was it Walk the Eons that I got from you? John played Walk the Eons to give himself an extra turn, but it says target player.
Ha!
So I was like, I think it's 6 CMC, and I was like, you know what, John? I think I'll take that.
I'll take that extra
give
turn.
myself
Thank
an extra
you.
turn.
Yeah.
And but it can also be used. Do you remember the game that we were playing where we needed to get rid of a Valgavoth and it has Ward 3?
Yeah.
And you were trying to pay. You needed to pay.
Yeah.
But you didn't have the mana to pay the ward cost. And I said, target me.
Yeah.
And then I redirected the spell with Imp's Mischief, and I was able to pay the ward cost.
Yeah.
One of my favorite plays in Magic I've ever done.
It was some collusion, let me tell you.
There was collusion.
Yeah.
Just a really incredible card.
Yeah. Super helpful.
Super
Again,
unique.
Probably not going to win you a game, but it might stop you from losing a game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next up.
Yeah. The first mono black commander that I ever had, Crick, son of Yawgmoth, I think is probably the most well-known black commander.
It's absolutely the embodiment of a mono black commander.
Yeah, it encompasses all of the values of black.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so this is 4 generic and 3 Phyrexian black mana. So you can pay the Phyrexian with 2 life instead of paying for a black pip, basically.
Yeah.
So it says Phyrexian can be paid with either a black or 2 life. Lifelink for each black in a cost. You may pay 2 life rather than pay that mana. Whenever you cast a black spell, put a 1/1 counter on Crick, son of Yawgmoth, and he's a 2/2.
Yeah. So I mean, this is what I was talking about before, where this turns every single black pip into a Phyrexian pip.
Yeah.
So you can use your life to pay all of your black spells. Yeah, just a very cool all black mono black commander that makes the rest of your black deck run off of your life total.
And like we've talked about before, in the Magic for Beginners, mana cheating is probably the best thing that you can do in Magic.
Yeah, and this lets you mana cheat with your life.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Next up, we've got kind of the staple sack outlet, if you will. This is Phyrexian Tower. It's actually a land, which is kind of cool. So it's played as a land, and then
hard
you can
target.
Yep, hard to target. Really hard to remove land.
Because if you play land destruction, you're a monster.
Worse than a black player.
Worse than a black player. That's right. You should be ashamed.
Tap to add a generic mana, or you can tap to sacrifice a creature and add 2 black mana. So
great.
Staple black piece, sacrifice a creature, get 2 of the mana that you need, or just play generic.
Great.
Yep.
So next up we have this is the last one.
Last
for
the black episode here.
We have Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth. Legendary land. Each land is a swamp in addition to its other types.
Yeah.
Now, just a callback to one of the cards that we had before. Shieldred.
Yeah.
This makes Shieldred unblockable
for everybody.
Because they now control a swamp.
Yeah. Whether they want to or not.
Yeah. But if you have, a lot of lands that tap for a generic.
Yep.
Ash Barrens being a great card.
Even what we just talked about for Phyrexian Tower.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we've given you a run through of black here, guys. Just to recap, lots of sacrificing, lots of killing, not much protection against those things, and not much removal for artifacts and enchantments. But if you want to be aggro at a table, this is one of the colors to do it in. Yeah, absolutely. With that being said, guys, remember to keep the deck about you and the game all about the gathering. Thanks for joining us.
Have a good night.